know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Bright Cellars is the monthly wine club that matches you with wine that you'll love. Get started by taking the Taste Palette quiz to see your personalized matches. Now, Bright Cellars matches you with wines from all over the world, curated to your taste buds. They are focused on finding unique hidden gems from small vineyards all over the world. And with hundreds of private label wines, you'll be able to try a new wine you've never tasted before. All you need to do is take their 7-question quiz so they can gather your taste preferences and deliver wines you're guaranteed to love. Each box is completely unique to your taste palette, meaning no box is ever the same. Each box comes with wine education cards for each bottle that outline the tasting notes, suggested pairings, best serving temperatures, and its origins. Wine wisdom cards help show you how to store and open your wine, keeping it tasting fresh for longer. Now, all Sweet Pea Diaries viewers will get 60% off your first purchase by clicking on the link in the description box below. Thanks again to Bright Cellars Wines for sponsoring this video. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Happy Saturday, everyone. Everyone out there, hope you are having a great weekend so far. I thought I would come through and just give you guys some commentary. It's a lot going on in these streets. I mean, child, the cloning, everything that is going down, the fight over there in Alabama, honey, the chair, the hat throwing up in the air. Everything. There is so much going on in the world. Tasha K and Cardi B, this lawsuit is just the lawsuit that just keeps on giving Jennifer Hough. She has submitted assault photos that show all of us what we already know. Okay, so we're going to get into it. We're going to just jump right in it. Hey, Levon. Hey, Orbo. Hey, Miss Nicki, Miss Harvey. Life with the Leonard family. What's going on, T? What's going on, Chef? What's going on, Sassy? What's going on, y'all? Now, we're going to get into Tasha K, Cardi B first, okay? Because I feel like Jennifer's situation, I'm going to really dig that. I'm going to really pick that apart. So for Tasha K and Cardi B, okay, this is the lawsuit that just keeps on suiting, all right? We now have another lawsuit being filed by Cardi B. She is now in the courts asking, begging, pleading, I want my money. Okay. Now we know that Tasha K filed an appeal. She tried to get this lawsuit to not be paid. She filed an appeal. She now has filed bankruptcy. And in the bankruptcy, she's admitting that she does not have the money to pay Cardi B. She's admitting what we all knew. We all knew already. We all know that she is broke. Okay. She only got Louis bags. She only got half of a truck. She ain't got nothing. Okay. And basically, she's doing what every person does: file bankruptcy to get out of paying debts. Now, the Chapter 11 bankruptcy, what people got to understand, with a Chapter 11, it is similar to a Chapter 13. It is for a business to declare bankruptcy, stating I cannot pay my creditors, I can't pay my debts, but I need a payment plan. So I need a trustee. I need you to look over my affairs, and I need a judge to go ahead and rule that I can pay this back in installments. I can pay my creditors back little by little, right? Because I don't have the money to just give them all of what they are owed. Now, don't get me wrong. These debts, you owe this. It is debts that you owe. This is stuff you done racked up, charges and money you owe because of your recklessness, your negligence. Okay. So Tasha K has done what every American does in America. And that's when they can't pay no more. They can't get the money up no more. They can't think of any more outs. They can't think of any way to get out of paying. They can't think any more ways. So they run on down to the court and they file bankruptcy. So this is what Tasha has done. She's admitting that I cannot pay because I'm broke. I don't have any money. And what has been found out through the course of this whole thing, she is also exposed that she has not been paying taxes on her business, Kibi Studios and whatever other businesses. She has not been paying taxes. And she owes to the tune of $100,000+. I think it's $150,000 or something like that. Over the 3 years that she's had Kibi Studios, or it's been LLC'd, she's not paid a tax, a piece of a tax. So they want their money. Now, if she had not went through this lawsuit with Cardi B, I do not think Tasha K would be in this situation with the IRS, because no one is checking for a YouTuber or a blogger. No one is, looking out here to see if a YouTuber is paying her taxes or anything like that. So I think she would have been able to fly under the radar had she not have been publicly involved in this lawsuit with Cardi B. Okay. She's brought a lot of attention onto herself, and this is why she's in the situation she's in with the IRS. Now, I'm not, making any excuses, and I'm not saying that it is legal and that is acceptable to duck and dodge and not pay your taxes. But I'm just saying she might have been able to get away with the shit if she wasn't in this public debacle with Cardi B. Now, Cardi's not letting this go. Okay. I think that Tasha K thought that because Cardi's a millionaire, she's busy, she's, involved in her career, and she's a millionaire. She's got the attention of the entire world, not just the United States, but the entire world. She's an international celebrity. She's sought after by, fashion houses and major brands that want to work with her. So Tasha's like, Cardi's busy. She's not going to keep after me for this lawsuit. She don't want this money. She just wanted to win the lawsuit. Okay, she won. Boom, she going to go on about her business. But see, that's what Tasha thought. And it may have happened if Tasha had got her ass out of the limelight. If she had went away somewhere and just happily tucked her tail between her legs and went on off into the sunset and mind her business. No, but what did she do? She continued to troll Cardi. She continued to drag Cardi. She continued to lie and defame Cardi B, and continue to put out the narrative that Cardi had herpes, that she cheated on her husband, all of the things that she was found liable of defaming Cardi. She kept up the narrative, right? She went on T.S. Madison's show on Fox Soul and insinuated that the machine and all of this was after her and out to get her, and that in a few years, we are all going to find out, Tasha K style, that all of the things that Tasha said about Cardi are true. So she continued with the narrative, basically. She wouldn't stop, right? So maybe Cardi would have given her a pass if she had left it alone, but she did not. So Tasha K now is being sued by Cardi B again. Cardi has went down to the courthouse, and Cardi is saying, I don't give a damn about this bankruptcy that Tasha K is filing. It has nothing to do with my lawsuit judgment. Tasha was found liable of defamatory, malicious statements. The lawsuit was won because she was found to be guilty of her antics. And Cardi is saying that should not affect my judgment. I want my money. So what Cardi is really telling an attorney, telling a judge and telling a court is that, just like I've been telling you guys, I've been saying it. I've been telling you this. When you have a bankruptcy and you have a judgment where you have been found liable of defamation, malicious intent, this is not covered by bankruptcy code. And that is what Cardi's lawsuit is stating. Cardi is saying that her lawsuit should not be affected by that bankruptcy because Tasha's punishment for these antics was the $3 million judgment, the $3.8 million judgment, roughly $4 million. So Cardi is saying, do not let her get away with this. Do not let her sweep this under the rug and not be responsible for paying it or have it discharged, because that will defeat the purpose. This is her punishment for her malicious rhetoric. That's what Cardi B's lawsuit is stating. So let me pull up this article from Radar Online, because of course they were the ones, this is where I saw it reported. I'm pretty sure TMZ, I'm pretty sure, but it seemed like to me Radar Online was the one that got these documents from the courthouse, and they are reporting that Cardi B sued Tasha K again. Now, I don't know if this is a law, if really saying that she sued her, or did she just go to court and file a motion, like against Tasha K's whole bankruptcy situation? Or is this a legal, like an actual another lawsuit, right? Because I haven't seen the legal paperwork, so I don't know if it's like a lawsuit or not. So let's pull up what Radar Online has, and I'd like to read it and give my final thoughts on this, because this is just really, it's a public spectacle. Tasha K really needs to just go away. She needs to just reevaluate her life. She needs to reevaluate her career, her moves, and what she's doing. And she really needs to just go away. Sometimes when you're on social media and you have this type of a life where this is your career, sometimes it's good to just go away. You got your videos that you can still make money off of. You've got your app that has content on it that can still generate some money. But sometimes it's good to just go away, take a break, reevaluate, reset, pause, because the internet is a lot. And what she has gotten herself into, she just spiraling out of control. And the more and more that she continues to take action and make moves, it's just really making it worse and worse and worse. So sometimes you really need to stop, pull back, reset, recharge, and make some more, like some different plans, make some more movements. Because this right here, as it's going, it's just getting worse and worse. Right? Tasha just putting her foot in her mouth. She's just, everything is worse and worse. Oh, you go to court because you've defamed Cardi B. Now what? You're locked up in this shit with IRS debt. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one thing after another. Now you owe attorneys. Now you owe IRS. Now you owe this. Now you're losing this. It's a lot. If you just stop, pause, take a break, that's what my suggestion would be for Tasha K. Take a break, pull back, because you're just making it worse. So Radar Online Let's see. Let's pull this up. All right. So Cardi B sues Tasha K, demanding $3 million blogger owes her, isn't wiped clean in the bankruptcy. All right. So Cardi B has rushed to court demanding the 7-figure debt that blogger Tasha K owes her not be discharged as part of her Chapter 11. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online, Cardi has filed suit as part of Tasha's bankruptcy. Last year, Tasha was ordered to pay Cardi over $3 million in damages as part of the Bodak Yellow rapper's defamation lawsuit. Cardi accused Tasha of ruining her life by spreading lies that she had an STD, that she used cocaine, that she engaged in a debasing act with a beer bottle, that she committed adultery, and that she worked as an escort in the past. The entertainer denied all of these allegations. Now, in court, she testified that Tasha's YouTube videos caused problems within her marriage. In the end, a jury awarded Cardi $1 million in general damages, $250K in medical expenses, and $1.5 million in punitive damages, and another $1.3 million for her legal fees. Months later, Cardi started firing off subpoenas to third parties like Tasha's bank and Google, where the blogger is paid ad revenue for her YouTube channel. Cardi collected thousands before Tasha filed for bankruptcy, which paused all of Cardi's collection efforts. Now, in court documents, Tasha says she didn't have enough money to pay Cardi in full. Her assets were listed in the 50K to 100K range, while her liabilities total between 1 to 10 million. Tasha says she owns a 2021 Chevy Silverado. She got 200. I'm sorry. It's a lot. Tasha says she owns a 2021 Chevy Silverado, $2,750 worth of furniture, $500 worth of electronics, $2,500 worth of clothes, including 2 Louis Vuitton purses and a Coach purse. Cardi recently demanded that Tasha appear for an examination of her financial records. In Cardi's newly filed lawsuit, she asked the court to not allow Tasha's debt to be wiped clean in the bankruptcy. She argued defendant was given multiple opportunities to retract the false and defamatory statements and videos, but the defendant steadfastly refused to do so. According to bankruptcy court law, a creditor cannot have a debt discharged if the debt was related to a willful and malicious injury. Tasha K has yet to respond. Now I want that to just sit right there. According to bankruptcy code, a debt cannot be discharged if the act was found to be willfully malicious. Now we know that Tasha K was found liable of defamation. The act was willfully malicious. It wasn't done out of, she wasn't scared. She wasn't put up to it. It was done out of her own malicious accord. So Cardi B and her team, they are saying that this has nothing to do with this lawsuit, and the bankruptcy has nothing to do with her debt. This lawsuit is her direct punishment for her willful malicious activity. And judge, if you write this off, if you let this ride off into the sunset, she's going to continue. She's not going to learn her lesson. She's going to come out here bragging, he and ho and she got away with it. That's exactly what she's going to do. She's not going to come out and say, whoo, oh God, I dodged a bullet because I can't really afford this. I apologize to Cardi. I'm upset, that I even did this. My actions were childish, and, I really apologize for affecting Cardi B's mental health. She's not going to come out with anything like that. She's going to come out with a statement that I I beat the system. I'm motherfucking Tasha K. Bitch, I beat the system, bitch. That's how she's going to come out. She's not going to take responsibility. So Cardi knows that. And Cardi is like, don't let this bitch get away with this. Because she is doing all of this intentionally. She's intentionally trying to find a way out of this lawsuit. And that's what people have to understand. When people say, well, this is not fair, Cardi B is a millionaire. Tasha K is a regular, everyday, average, normal person, just like you, Sweet Pea. Would you want this to be you? Would you be able to pay 3.8 million? First of all, this would never be me, because as soon as Cardi B had told me to take down the goddamn videos, I would have took them down. You guys remember not too long ago, maybe a few months ago, I had the attorney from Nicki Minaj and Jennifer Hough's lawsuit, Stephen Gordon. He threatened to file a lawsuit against me because he didn't like a statement that I made. What did I do? Took it down. I'm not going to go in no lawsuit with anybody because, they don't like what I said. And I'm not, if it's that deep, I'm taking it down. Now, I'm not going to lie on anyone. What I said about Steve, it wasn't a lie. It was just my opinion. And, I kind of repeated some things and but I could have won that in court, probably, more than likely. But it wasn't worth it to me. I don't need to be going back and forth. It's not that deep. Take it down, no problem. So it would never be me because I would have just taken it down. But what I don't understand is why any judge or any bankruptcy trustee or any type of thing, why this would even be thinking of being discharged. This is the chapter 11. Chapter 7 is where debts are discharged. So I don't even think that this would be discharged. I believe that it would be a payment plan. She would pay installments. I don't believe that the debt would be wiped clean. It would not be discharged. So I don't think that Cardi has to worry about that, but her team, they are lawyers. They should know. They would know. Okay. So I'm really curious as how this word discharge even came into play, because this isn't a chapter 7. It's a chapter 11. So I want to look this up really quick. I want to just Google something real quick and find out if a chapter 11, even if they entertain discharge, because chapter 7 is the discharge. So let's just take a look really briefly. Let's see. Share my screen so you guys can see me doing them. I'm just going to go and do a quick Google. Let's see. Okay. All right. So you can have a chapter 11 dismissal. Okay. So it's not. Okay, so it says filers are usually hoping to get a bankruptcy discharge. That's the order that wipes out certain debts and gives you a fresh start. A dismissal is very different. It means your case has been stopped before the court granted a discharge. But I don't know if you even do. What I'm trying to find out is, can you do a discharge with a chapter 11? Let's see. Can you discharge debt under chapter 11? In a chapter 11 case filed by an individual, discharge is granted by the court separately after the completion of payments under the plan. A discharge is a court order relieving the debtor from liability for certain debts. Yeah, so what debts are not dischargeable under Chapter 11? The most common types of non dischargeable debts are certain types of tax claims, debts not set forth by the debtor on the lists and schedules the debtor must file with the court, debts for spousal or child support, debts for willful and malicious injuries to a person or property. So this is not going to be, she's not going to get that discharge. She's not going to get that taken off. Um, she's going to have to pay this no matter what her antics. She's not going to get away with this. So this is basically essentially, this is what Cardi B's team, this is what they are trying to stop from happening, but they are, just reiterating with the court what the law is, that in a discharge for Chapter 11, there are certain things that are, not allowed to be discharged, and debts that occurred from the willful or malicious injury to another person where you've been found guilty of, you can't wipe that clean. And in a Chapter 11 anyway, you're not going to get your debt discharged until after a certain amount has been paid, or you know what I'm saying, and then whatever's left over, or however they determine, then those debts would be considered to be whether they're going to be discharged or not. But this is not a Chapter 7 where you're just going into this wanting all debts to be discharged. This is a repayment plan in a sort. So this is where Cardi B's team is citing this from, this bankruptcy code right here on the screen, right there. It is saying you cannot discharge willful, malicious intent. You cannot. So that's where we are with this. And in a nutshell, I'm just going to go out and say that I agree with Cardi B and I agree with the law. If you've been found guilty of malicious and willful injury to another person, you should not be able to discharge that debt on a bankruptcy, because basically that is your punishment. That is what the court is saying. It takes us to have to give this large amount of judgment because you will not stop. This woman had to have an injunction. This was even before she got found liable for 3.8 million. There was an injunction filed, basically a gag order, preventing her from speaking on certain topics as it relates to Cardi B. She sat on the witness stand, and this is in the transcripts, and she told the court, in response to the judge's question of, I'm going to make you stop talking about this woman, I have to issue a gag order. Is that what you're saying? In order for you to stop talking about Cardi B, we have to issue a gag order? Is that what you're saying? Yes. Yes, Judge. That's what I'm saying. A grown ass woman, a mother, a wife. You had to have a court make you stop being a bully. That's insane. So what Cardi is saying is, if you allow her to get away with this, then there is no punishment. There is no just punishment for her actions. She's just going to walk away like, ha ha, aha. So that is what that's where we find ourselves with this. That's what is being said. If you don't allow this woman to pay, she's going to act like she got away with it publicly. She's going to make a public spectacle. She's just going to continue. So Cardi is not letting up. She's not letting up because she knows Tasha. She watches this shit just like we do. And she knows what move she's going to make. She's not like a normal person where she's just going to, go away. Tasha's going to keep going. So if they allow her to get away with this, she's just going to keep going. So I'm going to be watching out for it. I'm going to keep an eye. And I do know a couple people have been asking. Yeah, Lily says Her husband was supposed to be questioned by Cardi's attorneys 8-7 and her on 8-9. What happened with that? I'm still waiting to, I've been looking around. I don't have, hey Tammy, my member. I don't have any updates on that, but I have a couple, but I just want to make sure that I can corroborate that with some receipts. So I'm waiting to get some receipts to even talk about that. But I really believe that when this came out from Cardi, like she went and did this lawsuit, I think this is in response to what may have happened with the questioning of Tasha and her husband. This isn't, a coincidence that Cardi would come out and now we hear that she's filing a lawsuit. It's probably in direct response to whatever the fuck was said between, you know what I'm saying, her and her damn husband. Hey, Susie. Because we all know that whenever with this situation, whenever something is happening behind the scenes, we either got Cardi coming out with a legal document or another legal move we hear happening, or we got Tasha K trolling Cardi, acting crazy. So we didn't see any of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take that as Tasha thinks she did a big one. She thinks she's getting over. She probably tried to file some type of paperwork to have this, discharged or have this wiped clean. And Cardi is like, So I'm pretty sure we'll see those papers and whatever legal paperwork that is on the horizon. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing that pretty soon. So that's really all that I have. That's really all my commentary is regarding that. I'm just like, enough is enough. Pay the goddamn woman already. Make a payment. Make a payment. Write a check. Write a money order. Do something. Because you owe this woman. You did this. This is what I don't understand. You did this, lady. You had plenty of opportunities. Like Cardi is saying in this lawsuit. She was given multiple opportunities to retract, take the shit down, move on, but she would not. For 3 years, she's kept this going. Hey, Peppa. She had many opportunities. And that's what Cardi is saying. If you allow her to discharge this debt, there is no consequence. There is no repercussions for her actions. She just basically got away with it. So Cardi is begging the court. That's what I'm getting from this. Cardi is begging the court. Please don't allow her to discharge this debt. Please don't allow her to get away with this, because this was done out of the fact that she was committing defamation and these malicious acts against me, Judge. This has nothing to do with her debt. She wouldn't even have filed bankruptcy. Tasha K wouldn't have filed bankruptcy if she hadn't been found liable for this $3.8 million. She definitely would not have. You're going to actually say you only got $2,700 worth of furniture? That's one couch. Thank you, Cindy. That is one couch, ma'am. I don't even think a sectional. $2,750. That's a living room set. What about the furniture in the bedrooms? What about that furniture? You got a son, you got a daughter, you got your bedroom sets, you got your kitchen sets. And you mean to tell me you only got $2,750 worth of furniture? Where did this furniture, even at Rent-A-Center, it's not $2,750. So, ma'am, where is the furniture in your house where you only got $2,750? You mean to tell me the rest of the rooms are empty? So I already know this paperwork that she submitted, it is all bogus. And that's why Cardi B ordered that her finances be looked through and combed through, because it's all a bunch of hogwash. Tasha threw together that paperwork and submitted it to the courts, and it's a bunch of bullshit.
$27.50 in furniture. Louis bags and one Coach purse. Ma'am. Susie says it sounds like Rent-A-Center, or I don't even think it's Rent-A-Center or Aaron's, okay? Because Rent-A-Center and Aaron's, you know, they charge you double. All that interest, they charge you. You got a set for $27.50. You're going to come out paying almost $5,000 for that set. So, ma'am, $27.50. All of this is just paperwork that has been just thrown together haphazardly, half-assed, and submitted to a court, because, of course, she's never taken any of this seriously. Never taken it seriously. So she's going to learn today. Tasha K is going to learn. She's going to learn today. A court is going to teach her that, ma'am, throwing together a half-assed bankruptcy is not going to get you out of this. Cardi B is not playing. She's not taking her foot off Tasha K's neck, as she should. Bougie Barbie says, I heard all wrong. I thought you said $27,500. No, not $27,000, honey. $2,750 is what Tasha reported that she owns in furniture. Ma'am, that's just the living room set. If a living room, if a sectional. Where's the rest of the rooms? Okay? Where's the baby's room? Where's his little twin bed? Where's his little race car bed? Where is your king size California king bed? $27.50. Ma'am, I know you lying. So Cardi B is not playing. She's not playing. Okay. She's not just letting this go away. So Cardi has asked that a court do not, not allow Tasha K to get away with filing for a discharge, because they are reminding the court that bankruptcy code states that any type of a judgment that comes from the willful, malicious act of a person, intentional injury, or whatever it is, they are saying that this cannot be discharged by law. So I'm expecting Cardi B to win that. I'm expecting that Cardi B is going to have a court finding her favor that Tasha K is liable, as the judgment stated, and she will have to pay Cardi B. Tasha K is not going to get away with it. She might just be postponing it and stalling and keep putting it off by entering these ridiculous motions, these ridiculous attempts, bankruptcy, all of these ridiculous attempts to stall not paying Cardi B. She's running to an end with those attempts. There's not many more moves left to make. So she will be paying soon, because there's no way out of this. There's no way around it. I'm expecting Cardi B to fully win her argument. So if you believe that and you agree with that, y'all drop in the comments and you let me know what you think about this. Good old fashioned, bitch better have my money. Coming to a Tasha K near you. Girl, get them checks together. Get the money orders together, girl. Okay? You better get some calling cards so y'all can call on over there to Africa and get that money together. Because you're going to be paying Cardi B. Definitely. And it's nobody's fault but your own, because you should have just backed away, pulled up, and stopped talking about the woman. Now let's move it right along. Let's jump on into this. I'm appalled. I'm literally speechless, right? When it comes to this next topic. Okay. Jennifer Hough. There are now photos. Now, this is my first time seeing these photos. I don't know if these photos were leaked before, or if these photos have been seen before by any of you. But with this commentary that I'm going to give now on Jennifer, please keep in mind, I've never seen these photos before. This is my first time seeing actual photos of her in 94, 95, 95, I believe it was, right? It's 94, 95, whichever one it is. This is my first time seeing these photos. T, what date? What is it? 95, 95, 94, which one? Believe it's not 95, right? So this is my first time seeing these photos. And when I first saw it, I thought that it was a photo of a knife wound, like he had put the knife up to her neck. But I remember it was in her side, right? Is where, or the back, or whatever. And then once I read what the photo 94, okay, it happened in 94, 95. It was discharged, was charged. So this photo is actually in 94 because this is the photo that was given to courts. This is a photo the police had taken as evidence to show that he choked her while he was assaulting her. Okay. So this is actually heartbreaking. When I looked at it, I was like, wow. It definitely triggered emotions in me from me being a victim as well of SA. So it really was heartbreaking to see this photo because you could see the pain in her eyes. You could see the pain in the situation just all over her, right? So I'm going to show this photo. I'm going to also play a recording of her speaking about the situation when she had told everyone that two adults had wanted to pretend to be her mother and father, and a person was interviewing her asking who these adults were, and come to find out it was his own mother and father that was going to go down to the court to because the whole thing was they wanted her to retract this story. So I guess they were going to be the adults, the pretend to be her parents that were taking her down to the police department so that she could say that she was a fast tail little girl and it was all made up. It was a lie. And this is sadly, this is what happens in our community. And this is what happens with victims all the time. This is what happens with Hey Non-Fadable. This is what happens with young girls all the time. The narrative is that they was fast in the ass, they was fast tail little girls, and they wanted it. They wanted the attention. They wanted to be with these men, or older boys or whatever that did these things to them. So, not surprising that they would have wanted to pretend to be adults that would be taking her down there, supposedly having her do the right thing, because they're adults. No one would stop to think that these adults could be pressuring her to get her to say something that is not true. You know what I'm saying? Because who would think that adults would do that? Right? So that's the whole reason of having them pose as adults that are her parents, because they're going to bring her down there for her to do the right thing, for her to stop lying. You know what I mean? Like, ridiculous. So let's just jump into this mess. And then Nicki, of course, Nicki is doing what she's been doing. The lies. It's the lies for me. It is the delusion for me. It is the protecting of a predator for me. And sadly, this is just what she has been taught and what she's been used to her entire life, because she's been through this with her own brother. So her and her mother just seem to be the type of women that they protect the men that they love, should I say, because she loves her brother. The mom loves her son. Nicki loves her husband. And unfortunately, they are predators. So they are the type of women that protect predators, and they protect predators and they actually victim shame the victims, if that makes any sense. So yes, they are trifling ass people. T, that is basically sums it up in a nutshell. Trifling ass people. Hey KK, we are definitely praying for Jennifer. So let's just let's just get into this. I'm gonna play this real quick. So this is just a brief. And by the way, Ken Barbie, I got some of this came from Ken Barbie. Someone had DM'd me these clips and stuff. So that's where this comes from. And also Hot Shot Radio. Shout out to Hot Shot Radio on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to him on YouTube and Instagram.
So who was going to pretend to be the aunt and uncle?
His mother and father.
Oh, wow. Just to have, like, you know, parents there.
So they could go back and, I guess, let his lawyer know what was going on. Like, they didn't come.
Play that one more time.
So who was going to pretend to be the aunt and uncle?
His mother and father.
Oh, wow. Just to have, like, you know, parents there.
So they could go back and, I guess, let his lawyer know what was going on. Like, they didn't come.
So his mother and father were going to pretend to be the aunt and uncle of Jen, because remember, the story is the aunt and uncle, they were going to go down, take her down to the precinct so that she can recant the story. So the mother and father of Kenneth Petty were going to pretend to be her relatives. That is sick, because they wanted to cover up for the fact that they knew that their son had done something to this young girl. So instead of punish him and get him some help, they also have done what Nicki and her mother do, and that is take up and cover up for the predator. So when you cover up and you take up and you cover up and you take up and you cover up and you take up for these predators, no matter what age they are, and they say, oh, you know, he was a young boy. They didn't want to ruin his life. They didn't want his life to be ruined. So instead of getting him help, because it is obvious he continued this behavior, because even one of Kenny's, you know, the friend of his from the hood, he also did a interview with Nosy Ho Live on Instagram, did a live, and he said that he continued this because he did it to his own sister. He did it to his sister, and she doesn't want to come out and speak because she's scared. And he was older than his sister. He was older, not only a teenage boy older, but he was grown. So he was over 18 when he had violated his sister, the boy's sister. So this is horrible. It's disgusting. And Nicki Minaj should be ashamed of herself. Okay? Because we know that she has the lawsuit with Nosy Ho. But her fans, they troll Nosy Ho. You know, they are in the comments trolling because they don't want the truth, basically, to be spread or talked about. They want the narrative to be that Jen was a fast ass little girl that lied, and that her and Kenny were together. She was older than what she's saying she is. Kenny was the younger one. She was the older one. I don't even know what difference that even would have made. Who cares? But if you didn't believe this woman without seeing this photo, when I saw this photo, that is Jen in 94. And that is the day that this happened. I cannot get this to stay up here, so I'm going to have to just keep doing that because I don't know how to get this to stay up here. I put it in the wrong area. So it's just going to be playing as a video clip. So I apologize for that. But that is her in 94. And the police took photos of that. That is showing. I know, Dion, I'm coming. I'm sorry. I know I was running my show. Directly after this will be, I was hoping that you was going to jump over here so that I can let you know, like, girl, as soon as I get done, we're going to be on and popping. But that is a picture of the choke marks where he had his hands wrapped around her neck so tight that it caused bruises around her neck. He was choking her while he was assaulting her. So I don't understand when you see photos like this and you hear about this, how you can even come back with but she was doing and he didn't. The proof is in the photo. The proof is in the photo. Now, I just put out someone that was in the comments. I'm going to tell you right now, I am an SA survivor. I am a victim of sexual abuse, okay, as a child. There are many women that are in this comment section that are victims of sexual assault. So I'm going to ask you to tread lightly with the statements that you make in the chat, because nothing that I am saying is out of line. Nothing that I would ever say about a subject like this would ever be out of line. It be y'all that get in these comments and get emotional and get disrespectful. Y'all start calling people names. Y'all start pointing the finger at people because you don't like the narrative. You cannot control the conversation every time it comes to Nicki Minaj. That's not healthy. That is not normal. That's what I don't like about the Barbs. You can't control people's opinions and thoughts. And you obviously are protectors of violators and monsters. And that's what we have done in the Black community. I can only speak for the Black community. That's what happens in our community. We victim shame and we put down the victim. Okay? This woman clearly has been through sexual assault at the hands of Kenneth Petty. The state knew it. California state knows it, because if you go on the California State Sexual Registry, it clearly states that they recovered a weapon at the time he was arrested, which was what? The knife. They recovered that. So if he had not did anything like that, then why did he have a knife and why was it recovered at the scene? This girl has submitted rape kit, these photos, and y'all want to say he did not do anything to this girl, that she willfully, willingly, all of this, they was boyfriend and girlfriend, all of this. I don't understand. The evidence is speaking to you. It's speaking to me. I'm looking right at it. When I saw the photo of the bruises around her neck, I had to fight back tears. I can look at this photo and I can see that this girl is in pain. I can see that this girl, look at her eyes. The second picture. Look at her eyes. It's written all over her face. She was just assaulted, just attacked. You can see the bruising around her neck. So what, she did that to herself? She took it in her hands and choked herself? So what is the what are we saying about these photos? She admits evidence, including the rape kit, photos, and soiled shorts, as proof that Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, sexually assaulted her. Come on, y'all. Come on. You can look at this girl and look in her eyes and can tell that she was just violated. She was just violated. You can look at it. The hurt. Look at that second picture. Look at that second picture. You can see all in her eyes, that second photo, that she had just been, you could tell she was crying. You can tell that she was afraid. You can tell, you can see it in her eyes. And still and yet, these people want to say she's a liar. That's the sick part. So, of course, Nicki is using the Queen radio. You know, she uses that to troll people and troll Nosy Hough, and on Twitter they're going back and forth, and she's basically saying that this is mental illness on the part of Nosy and Jen and all these women that believe in Jen, that believe in this situation, that because it continues to go on and people continue to speak for Jen and Jen continues to have a voice and she didn't get silenced, because that's what Nicki wanted. Nicki was hoping that she would be able to silence this girl, that this would just go away. So now she threatens and uses her star power to want to sue people because they want to continue to put out the truth. This girl was violated as a child by your husband, ma'am. Period. And still and yet, what you continue to do, you continue to provide a safe haven. You continue to provide a narrative that tries to all guilt and all blame. It tries to excuse him and remove all guilt, all blame from your husband. Because now that he's with a celebrity, he's with you, and you're a millionaire, and you're providing a safe haven for him and over there in the hills and Calabasas, and all of this, he's supposed to be rich and famous now. I guess this is supposed to I guess what? Clear him from all guilt, because now he is with a millionaire. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And Nicki Minaj should be ashamed of herself. You are a woman, ma'am. You are a woman, and you are a role model for countless young girls, young women. And this is your position. This is the stance that you've taken. You've decided and you've chosen to take the stance that this girl is a liar, that this girl is making up this story, that your husband is not to blame. He was a young boy that's victimized by the state of New York. So where did these bruises come from, ma'am? Where did his handprint around her neck? How did that get there? I don't understand. But see, this is unfortunately, this is what happens in our communities. The abuse be staring people right in the face, but instead of rather deal with it, because it's harder to deal with the abuse. It's harder for the parents to admit that their son was a rapist, that their son needs help, that their son was a rapist, period. It was more easier for them to say she was at fault, then get him some help, then to now, and to admit and come to the conclusion that I have a son that needs help. I have a son that I've raised. See, people will take that and they will personalize it and say that, oh, it's something I did, as a parent. It was the way I raised them. It was my fault. So they'll internalize that and take that instead of getting their son some help. Because guess what he did? He continued to go and he did it to other women. He did it to other girls. Jen wasn't his only victim. So because didn't get properly dealt with right away, he went on to be who he is now, a thug, a goon, and a murderer because he went on to murder someone. He was at a critical crossroad in his life when he did this to Jen. Had maybe he got the right help and got the proper help at that moment, maybe he wouldn't have went on to live the life that he went on to live. Anyone think about that? This man is not a productive citizen. He's not a productive man. He's not a proud Black man that we should hold up and hold high to high esteem. This man is a criminal. This man is a gang member. He's a proud goon, a self-proclaimed goon, just like she is. These are grown-ass women and men that go around professing to be goons, professing to be people that will unalive and kill people and hurt people, and they're not productive members of society. They brag about hurting people. Look what they did. I'm not even going to call the girl name, but we know who we talking about. Look what they did to his ex-girlfriend. How they went in that woman's house and what they did to that woman. That is the type of people that we are dealing with. Nicki Minaj is a millionaire. She just happens to be a millionaire. But that make no mistake about Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a goon. Nicki Minaj is trash. Nicki Minaj is a woman that is supposed to be a model, a role model for young girls. She's on this Barbie thing with Ice Spice and all this, but at the same time, she will talk about how she'll go have somebody's legs broke or have her goons beat up somebody. She wants to have affiliation with gangs and all of this, but at the same time, she want to be a role model to young girls. This is a woman that she has no problem with admitting that she's a goon. They beat that girl up so bad because she wanted her man. Basically, because she was threatened because she looked better than you. Because she looked better than you, because she had more going for herself. All you have is a career that you got from Lil Wayne. And how you got that career, we all know. I'm not going to say she's not talented, but her career took a major dive after she hooked up with Kenneth Penny. Why do you think her career is where it is? She affiliates herself with goons. We didn't do that. She did. She put herself with goons. She wants to be known as a goon. She want to be known as, a gang member, gun-toting goon. That's what she was, not a mother. And we're not even going to get into and talk about the mothering skills. This is a woman that you constantly, and it's not by mistake, it's all by design, that you constantly see him holding that little boy. That is because she wants to put it like, he's not a predator. He takes care of his own son. That man can't even be within certain inches of kids. And constantly she got him at birthday parties. If this was anybody else, he's in constant violation of his goddamn predator or violator, Megan's Law or whatever it is. He's in constant violation. Every birthday party you see his ass at, and he got a picture holding that baby. He's not even supposed to be at that party. Do you ever see any other kids running around? Probably no kids are probably there. And if they are, they probably in a whole nother area because he can't be around kids. So if he hasn't been violated yet, that tells me that these parties that they have for that little boy, all the other children, where are they? They're either not there or they're in a whole nother area and he's not around them. He takes the pictures for the photo ops so that she can post this shit on social media so she can make it look like, oh, he's allowed to be around kids. That man is on the sexual offender registry, Megan's Law. His name comes up if you search it. So all the rules that apply to sexual offenders, it applies to him. And being at kids' birthday parties is one of them. I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to be within certain feet of kids. Now I need to know about that. All of you people run around here and you protect because it's your favorite, because you love Nicki Minaj. When you love someone, you correct them. When you love someone, you tell them the truth. And the truth is she's with a piece of shit. Kenneth Petty is a piece of shit. He violated Jennifer Hough. Not only did he violate, he stole her innocence. He stole her peace of mind. From that moment on, when them wounds got placed on that girl's neck, that girl, her mental health was shot right there. Her innocence, her youth, all of it gone in an instant. And you tell me that he should not be held accountable? Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty wage war on sexual assault victims every time they get on social media and post a picture of her ass and him at a birthday party. They wage war against sexual assault victims when they do that. You know why? Because it's psychological. It's saying, we don't give a damn about no sexual assault victims. We don't give a damn about the rules. We're around kids. We're around this. We're doing this. We're doing whatever the fuck we want to do. Fuck a sexual assault victim. Fuck a Megan's Law. I'm putting him around kids. I'm putting him around kids. No matter what the law says, I'm putting him around kids. I don't give a damn what y'all say. They wage war against sexual assault victims every time they post a photo with that man holding his son, period. And I don't care what nobody says, because that's exactly what it is. It is all propaganda. It's all mentally. She does this. She purposely does it strategically. When she takes photos with Rihanna and these people pregnant and all this, she purposely does that. Y'all could say that I'm out in left field. I really don't care, because I know I'm not. I know what I'm saying is true. She purposely, everything about Nicki Minaj is a photo op. Everything. Because she really cares about what people think about her. She cares about what people think about her looks, her hair, her weight, everything. She wants Jen to look bad. She wants Jen to look like this broke, crazy woman that wants Kenny, wants her life, wants money from them. No, ma'am. What about your son and your husband in these photos and these birthday parties? That's what I want to know about. Where's this man with these around these kids? I don't give a damn whether, well, he didn't do nothing to little kids. She was only 15, 16. I don't give a damn. The rules are, when you are a sexual assault, when you are on Megan's Law, when you are a sex offender, you're not supposed to be around kids. Yes, that she is trying to normalize having sexual predators around kids. That's the message that she's putting out. This is normal. That's what she's doing. Because where are the children? You don't see them, right? When they have these parties, when you only see him holding his son, you only see her, him. They in the pictures. It's just them. There's no other little kids. You know why? Because he ain't supposed to be around no kids. That's why you don't see no other. That's why you don't see no pictures of the party. She got more things to worry about than worrying about Jen and worrying about what's going on with Jen. She need to be protecting that child of hers, because I look at the way he interacts with her and him. I said, is there something going on? Is he delayed in speech, or what is going on? Because he still sounds like a baby, like he's not developing. As a mother, she should be paying more attention to that. But she's so busy trying to protect her husband and put out a narrative and spread, oh, he didn't do that to that girl. She was 16 and he was 15. Just trying to put out these narratives, so busy trying to put out that, and she's not even worrying about raising her son. Because every time I see the son, he's still talking like a baby. And the way she talked to him is like a baby. You don't gotta that baby. You better talk to that baby. She better talk to that baby, because I'm like, honey, you don't have to talk to kids like that. They understand. You don't talk to kids like that. I'm like, why is she talking to that little boy like that? Like, girl. And then wonder, like, why. I'm like, is he delayed? Because he's sure enough, I don't hear him. I don't hear no complete sentences, no words or anything. He should be talking by now. So when we have hashtag surviving the petties, it's because there are so many things that we're surviving them. We are definitely surviving them. Because Nicki Minaj, instead of her taking a stance to protect victims of sexual assault, she purposely took and went the opposite way. And that's sad. She represents the woman that says, oh, well, it was her fault. She wore this. And, oh, well, she's a fast little girl. She represents that one. And look at her brother. Look what her brother was accused and found guilty of doing. Did you know that he was doing this? You and your mother protect, and y'all make excuses for predators. And that's what her and her mother do. That's what they did for her brother, and that's what they're doing for Kenny. You better watch out. She's going to try to come for you because she thinks no one is to say nothing about her, only Cardi, but that's not right. And they blame the little girl. That's what they do. I'm not the least bit worried about her or any, Barbs. You guys know that I've always did this topic and I've always said the truth. I've always spoken the truth. I'm not scared at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the least bit shaking in my boots at all. I don't care shit about a Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is trash. She's trash. As far as I'm concerned, she's trash. Any woman that would speak against a sexual assault victim and try to blame them and put them in the driver's seat as though it's her fault, you're trash to me. When I look at this picture of Jennifer Hough and see, because when you don't see this, maybe you will think, oh, well, I wonder what happened. But when you see this and you see marks around a young girl's neck, and then you see these eyes, the eyes are a window to the soul. That's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to see. I already knew. I believed her before I seen the photos. But when I seen that, that was my first time ever seeing it. So what more does this woman have to submit? What more does she have to give? Nicki Minaj, you are trash. Allow this man to be held accountable. Allow Kenneth Petty to be held accountable. This is none of your business. You don't got shit to do with what he did. Were you there? See, when you stand up for this, it makes it like you are saying that you agree with him raping her, that it was okay. You act like you're there wrapping your hands around her neck when you agree with this. You need to step aside. This has nothing to do with you, and allow this man to be held accountable. It's your husband, it's true, but this happened to your husband and Jen. This is your husband and Jen's business. This don't got shit to do with you, and you should have minded your business and stayed out of it and allowed him to be held accountable. Now you got a son by the man. You're putting your son around him. When you have these parties, you're putting other kids in jeopardy. And I don't care about people saying he didn't go to jail for touching a young kid. He went to jail for raping Jen. How the fuck does that sound? How do you sound when you say, well, he didn't touch a little kid. He touched a 15-year-old girl. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the difference. Sorry about that. What's the difference? No difference to me. Assault is assault. And if you did it to one age, I don't know what that tells me that you are less likely to be able to be responsible around kids. That's what that tells me. I don't care what kind of age limit or what kind of sexual offender you are, what level you are. You're an offender, period. Thank you, Iris. You are an offender, period. I don't know what you're liable to do. I don't trust you. I would have never had a baby. Would have never had a baby by a predator. That's what they're called. That's what sexual offenders are called, predators. You know what a predator is? You know what the meaning of the word predator? They take advantage of. They lie in wait. A predator lies in wait to attack, waits for their moment to be able to victimize and attack and to pounce on their victim. That's what a predator does. So I really wouldn't know when he would react and when he would feel like he wanted to act out on his thought process. He clearly hasn't gotten any help because he clearly has not taken accountability. He doesn't think he is a predator. She doesn't think he's a predator. Anyone around him is not allowing him to be held accountable. And the celebrities that go around him, the Rihannas and the people that go around them, you are just as much to blame. You're sending a message that you agree with him and Nicki, that you're also against sexual assault victims when you go to these parties and you go around Nicki Minaj and her husband. You're sending a message that you agree and you stand with Nicki Minaj and you are against sexual assault survivors. That's the message you're sending. Exactly. He was registering all those years until he got with Nicki Minaj. Oh, because now what is he supposed to be? Privileged. You, sir, are not a celebrity. What did he tell the judge? He's her manager. He needs to be able to travel. Oh, so he needs to be able to go all over the world and have access to everybody and everything. Right, I don't understand. I don't understand Rihanna. She's a survivor. Why are you around Nicki Minaj and her husband? Her husband is a predator. He couldn't be around my kids. But see, that's what it is. She's got pregnant people around. She's got people where the kids ain't even there yet, right? Because they in the womb. Peep how she moved. You probably don't see no other kids because they're probably not there. It's probably people that are pregnant, they got, or maybe they got babies that can't run around. I don't see no other little kids that run around that can play or that are his age at these parties. Because I'm like, where's the kids? This little boy can't even have people over and have kids over because his dad is a predator. So can't nobody drop the kids off for play dates and around him. But see, that's why she's always showing that he's carrying the baby. She don't never have him. She's never walking through with him on her hip. Kenny's got him all the time. Kenny's holding him. Kenny's taking care. Kenny. She's got him purposely. She does it so that the media could take photos of him holding the baby. So it can look like and come across, well, he must not be a predator. That's what she wants people to think. He must not really be on the sexual offender registry, because if he was, he wouldn't be able to be around these kids. That's the message. See, that's the game she's trying to run. But I'm here to tell y'all, that man is on the sexual offender registry. He is not supposed to be around kids. He's not supposed to be at no parties with other kids. And that's cap. That's all fucking propaganda by Nicki Minaj to confuse the masses. Exactly. I'm in shock how everybody rallies around this foolishness. Nicki screams, protect Black women. But where is Jennifer's protection? There is no protection when it goes against the narrative, right? And it goes against her agenda. There is no protection. Nicki was all about, her whole thing was all about being a role model, being a role model for young women, wanting to protect young women, the Black woman. What happened? Jennifer gets no protection? These hands around her neck mean nothing? This picture is heartbreaking. That girl was raped by your husband, ma'am. I don't give a damn how old they were. She needs to be compensated. And I don't care if it's financial. I don't care if it comes in the form of him being in jail. Something needs to happen. Because clearly, you wanted to wake it up and lie about the situation. Well, he did. He took, he went to jail and he was held accountable. Well, guess what? He stopped reporting because he felt like he was with Nicki Minaj. He's a celebrity. He doesn't have to pay now because, he doesn't have to register and do all these things because now he's in the limelight. Well, guess what? Now that you're with Nicki Minaj and you're a multimillionaire, you're married and y'all got all this money. Now I'm going to need you to pay me now. Yeah. The civil suit, I couldn't file back in the day because I was a kid myself. I'm speaking as though I'm Jennifer right now. I was a kid myself. I couldn't afford to file a civil lawsuit. You didn't have no money, but you got money now. Pay me. I need mine. Yes, you violated me. I need my money. I need my bread. Because every day when I have to look at you on the screen, walking around like you didn't do shit, lying on me, saying that I'm a liar, saying that I am not a victim. Yes, I need my money because this is mentally weighing on me. Yes, I need my money for emotional distress. The emotional distress that I got to suffer every day when I look on fucking Instagram and I watch your ass gallivanting around, holding your son, gallivanting around with Nicki Minaj, acting like you ain't did shit. No, I need my money. Sweet Pea, what do you think these swatting phone calls are about? What swatting phone calls? Who's getting swatting calls? So when people say, well, this happened years ago, why does she need money now? Because she has to watch this shit. She's got to watch him on Instagram, be on social media, be all over the world in photos, videos, news clippings. She's got to watch this, and she's got to see her abuser, her attacker being in her face every day. Yeah, she needs to be compensated. Yeah, it's a trigger. Her fans are threatening her. Nicki's fans constantly in her DMs, in her comments every day. Yeah, she needs to be paid for that. Needs to be paid. She needs to be compensated. Period. You need to pay for her legal fees. You need to pay for her mental health professionals. You need to pay for all that. So people been calling the popo to whose residence? Nicki Minaj's home is being swatted for alleged abuse in her home. Well, guess what? It's probably sick fans of hers. People, because it's not, we don't have time. Barty gang and people in Barty, we ain't got time for that. None of us are doing it. No Barty gang is doing it. No Barty supporters are doing it. It's probably Nicki Minaj's fans doing it to try to make it look like it's Cardi's fans doing it. I believe that's who it is. It's Nicki's own people doing it. It ain't got nothing to do with, why would Cardi B's fans do it? All of a sudden we just come out and doing it. No, Nicki and her husband is probably doing it for attention. I don't believe any Barty fans are doing it. It's her own people doing it to try to make it look like it's Cardi B's fans. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nicki didn't give the order. That's to get the public sympathy. That's to try to put it on Cardi. It's always a distraction. Everything with them is a distraction. So that's my take. I'm just finding out about that. So if that's what's going on, to me, it's all bullshit. It's probably her own fans. Exactly. Barty gang ain't got no time for that. At TMZ flat out implied that it was BG. Like, no, it wasn't Barty gang. It's Nicki Minaj's own team, probably people in her camp. But whoever it is, it's associated to Nicki Minaj. Yes, and that's the thing. She wants her address off that registry. So that's what she's doing, because like when I just looked him up and I looked, at his case and everything, and her address is there, and then you go to Google, type in the address, then you can see the house and all that. People could just drive right up to it. You could get the phone number, all of that, because that's the way it is now for social media. Regular people that shit happens to. It happened to me. People call the police to my house all the time. Just because she's a celebrity, it's not stopping you from being swatted. But see, that's what you chose. So whose fault is that? Why are you blaming that on the public or on Barty gang or anyone that doesn't like you because you chose a predator? You chose to be with this man. You knew he was on the sexual offender registry. You already knew that he was an offender because you know the whole situation. You chose this, ma'am. You chose this for your life. Then you chose to have a baby and you chose to be married. So you can't put that shit on nobody but you. If you didn't want your address to be on that registry, you should have never married that man. You shouldn't have took that nigga in. Then it wouldn't have been on the registry. This is all your fault. This is your life. You made this decision. You chose him. So you choose everything that comes with him. This is part of the game. You wanted to be with a predator. This is part of the game. So because she wants her address off, this is probably a ploy and a plot to be able to try to get it blocked, or, to say, well, I'm a celebrity and you're putting my life at risk, or you're putting people that are super fans or whatever, you're potentially having my address put out there for people to come and do harm or whatever her argument would be. That's what it is that she's trying to do. So that's why the swatting calls are happening. It's all for publicity so that she can go to them and petition to have, because it would be something that is not done. They don't typically remove people's address from the registry. The whole point of that is so that people will know where these men are located. And everyone in the hills and your perfect fancy neighborhoods, sorry, but they're going to know that your man is a offender. And that's what she don't like. She don't like the fact it's supposed to be private. People are not supposed to know where they are and where they move and where they be at. But because you're with an offender, ma'am, he's got to report. And that was the whole reason he stopped reporting, because of you. Well, I can't tell these people where I'm at. I can't because I'm with Nicki Minaj. Well, I'm sorry. Sorry, but that's the rules for you. You're not a celebrity. You're an offender. You're a predator. You can't just because you got with Nicki, your old life disappears. It don't work like that. And the people that are trying to protect the situation, y'all are just as bad. What applies to other offenders, it applies to him. And them high sedentary neighbors don't want them there. I bet you they don't. Oh, did they petition? The neighbors petitioned to have them removed from the neighborhood. I don't blame them. These are rich and famous people, honey. These are high sedentary country club people. They don't want no ghetto goon. They don't want a ghetto goon in the goddamn neighborhood. They don't want a goon there. Y'all are goons. Go live in the neighborhoods that y'all repping. Why don't you live there? Go back to the projects and live. Why you don't live there? That's where you repping. You always in the neighborhood. All cap. See how they do? They want to rep these neighborhoods, rep these ghetto places, but they don't want to live in them. Why y'all can't go back to the hood? You good in the hood, right? You solidified. Go back to the hood. Because the country club don't want you no more. The country club said, oh no, you will not bring that piece of trash into this neighborhood. We don't care about your Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all of your bitches are bad. We don't care about that shit. We don't care about you being on the Ice Spice with her on the goddamn Barbie world. We don't give a fuck. That man is a predator. Get his ass on up out of here. Ma'am, they don't care about that. And see, that's what she thinks. I'm Nicki Minaj. And because I'm Nicki Minaj and he's married to me, he shouldn't have to be on the registry. That shit don't apply to him. Well, ma'am, that's not what the state of New York is saying. That's not what California is saying. If this is what you did, this is how you got down, and you obviously, this is what I don't understand about people. All right. Now, he did this in his youth, right? He did it in his youth. He then did it again, according to a friend of his, an ex-friend of his. He then did it again to his stepsister or sister or whatever. And at that time, he was in older teenage years. So clearly, that means that he did not learn his lesson if he did it again. So just because he did that when he was younger, what makes you think he wouldn't have the guts or gall to do it now? He might see a young girl that's bad as hell, 16, 17, and he's a Nicki Minaj. He's Nicki Minaj's husband. He riding down Hollywood Boulevard in the Jeep, the BMW Jeep or the G-Wagon or whatever. He might ride down Figueroa or something and see a young girl out there tricking and say, you know what, I'm going to drop a few dimes on this piece and get me some head. Because why? He haven't taken care of his problems. He didn't get no help. That's what they do. That's what men do. They ride down, they go get prostitutes. A lot of these people in Hollywood go do that. They ride right down Figueroa and go on and get them a piece. Throw them a few dollars and be done with it. That's what goons do. That's what goons do. Ain't that the behavior? Is that what y'all rap about? They don't want that in their neighborhood. Exactly. Had that dude around her sister a couple years ago. Nicki Minaj does not have she doesn't care about anything like this. She has no thought process when it comes to sexual assault, no kind of precautions, because she grew up like that. She grew up like that around her brother. Her mom protected her brother, and she learned that from her mother. And now she's with a man that is a predator as well. It's a cycle. And you guys see what we have with her sister, her little sister Ming. And then they said, well, that's not her sister. That's her baby. They said, that's her daughter. They said, that's the little girl that her and Kenny had. That's a baby that her and Kenny, that she had back when she was in school. That's not her sister. There's all kinds of secrets surrounding Nicki Minaj, honey. Y'all remember when I did the deep dive on it? Y'all remember the music group that her little sister Ming is associated with? Y'all remember the little deep dive we did? Wouldn't even know that her sister is a part of a trio. They have music out. She don't even take the time to promote her sister. That's your sister? Seems like to me, if you had a little sister, Nicki Minaj had a little sister, Ming is truly your sister. Seems like to me she would be everywhere with you. It seems like to me you don't be wanting people to know too much about her. And she was saying she was cutting herself. Now, your little sister admitted on TikTok, and I have that as a short on my channel. She admitted to cutting herself. And you more worried about protecting Kenneth Petty than your own sister? Sandra, click on videos, not the lives. Oh, but I think I did do it as a live. Click on videos. Let me go look at it and find it for you. See if I could put it in the chat. But you also can find the short with Ming admitting that she cuts and that she used to cut. I don't think she's saying that she's doing it now, but she's saying that she has cut before. Okay, so the deep dive on Nicki Minaj is called, let's see. Okay. It's okay, so it's under the live. So you do have to click on the live tab. And it is let's see. All right. I'm looking for the video, you guys. Hold up. I don't know if I had to Was that a video that I had to take down? Hmm. Okay. Mm-mm. I don't know. I have to find it because I may have. Oh, is it on members only? Mm-mm. I gotta find it. I'll find it and then I'll post it to the community tab, which one it is. But yeah, we did a deep dive on this, and Ming, the daughter, we talked about the possible father who's supposed to be Ming's father and all of that. It was a good video, and we actually went into Ming being a part of this music group. Like when I was doing the research on it, the person that could possibly be Ming's mother and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's a whole video on it. So yeah, but closing out, because I have a class, I have a YouTube class that I a personal Deanna, I'm coming girl, that we're going to be doing. So I just want people to understand this is really not, it's just not right. It's not. At the end of the day, this girl was violated by this man, and she deserves to be compensated. They bought this out. They regurgitated this entire situation. Nicki Minaj will not call off her goons. She will not call off her crazed fans. She will not publicly just say, all she had to say, you know what? When all this came out, all she had to say was, my husband may have done some things when he was young that were not right. Since then, he has sought help. He's admitted being a predator back, whatever, however you want to put it. But just be held accountable for what you did, right? And if she had have just said, we hold him accountable, that was wrong, I stand for victims, whatever, then maybe it could have been received better. But the stance she immediately took was F this, F Jen, F the sexual assault victims. Fuck it. My husband is not a damn predator. Jen was fast ass. It was all a lie. All of the shit that people have been saying about Jen, Nicki Minaj spearheaded it. Period. All they had to do was take accountability and just say, I was wrong. Yes, I did do this. And I was wrong. I should have never done that. Apologize, Jen. I am so sorry. I apologize, and make it right. Punitive damages, take care of her, medical her medical expenses. Do right by her. Then I think that people would have received it better. But the way they have handled it is trash. It is disgusting. It's disgusting. And since she has gotten with Kenneth Petty, she's done more and more to portray this image of being a thug, to portray this image of that she's a gun-toting gang member. Since she's gotten with him, she's just more and more violent, should I say. And it's disgusting. You're a mom now. You're a mother. You keep passing him off, passing the baby off, giving him the kin. Girl, we ain't seen no mothering skills, nothing from you. I'm like, what, do she ever spend any time with this baby. All I see him is with Kenny. Oh, the papa, the papa. It's like, girl, talk to that baby like you. Do you? It seemed like she don't talk to him. Maybe she's not used to talking to him. I don't know. Maybe she's on tour all the time. She's performing all the time. I don't know. But it's clear she don't spend no time with her son. She needs to be spending more time as a mother trying to develop her child, helping his language develop. It's just really sad. But make no mistake, you guys, the swatting and everything, it is not Barty gang. It's not Barty gang. It's not anyone other than the Barbs, honey. It's the Barbs doing it. It's somebody associated with Nicki Minaj doing it because they're trying to get her address off that registry. That's what that is all about. And like I said, my response to that is you should have never married that man and your damn address wouldn't be on the registry. That was your choice. That was something you chose to do. The rules that apply to all offenders, it should apply to Kenny. He doesn't get special treatment. And I don't know why all you weirdos, all you Barbs, I don't know why you think this man deserves special treatment. Half of you are victims your damn self. How can you even stand for a goddamn predator when you've been violated? I don't understand it. I don't understand any woman that would be over there in that camp standing up for him when you've been violated as well, when you are a survivor as well. But because it's your fave, you're willing to look the other way. It doesn't apply. Anything that they say applies to other predators. It applies to him. He should not be at no parties. He should not be in no goddamn photos with other people's kids. Because it's sending a message. It's sending a message that we don't, any rules that apply to y'all, it don't apply to us. That's what the message is sending. And that's the message she's purposely wanting to send. So that's all I got, you guys. That's it for me. With that, we're going to take this thing on up out of here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate y'all. It's an hour and 47 minutes. I appreciate you. That's all I got. Give it up for my moderator. She's always in the building doing what it is that she do. Thank you for my members. Thank you for everybody that continues to join, that continues to subscribe and like my videos. You guys, make sure you go over to my new channel. It is called Coins and Conversations, and over there I am going on a debt-free journey using the cash envelope stuffing system. So if you want to watch that, go on over there. Like I said, it is not a channel where I am giving financial advice. It's basically me going through my journey, and I just want you guys to go on the journey with me and see how, the transformation. All right. So you guys, love you. Make sure you like the video, share the video. Most importantly, be sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.